Well, figured I'd make a little video today. It's a little controversial, but it's mostly focused on the year 2020. Alright? Now, welcome to the Big Bill Show. I'm Big Bill. Now, the title of this is why we haven't found Bigfoot, or we haven't found aliens, or it kind of reminds me of we couldn't find Bin Laden. You know what I mean? With all the technical advancements that we have in this world, and nobody can tell me that there's not life out there. Come on now. I think it's about time for us, the people of this world, and I said world, to look at the facts. 9-foot man, 400 some pounds, covered in hair like a gorilla. You know, and people have seen him, but nobody can capture him. Why is that? I think it's a government, world government cover-up. Okay? I think it's an endangered species. Other people might think it's an alien. I don't know. But I think that there's a lot of conspiracy to a lot of bullshit, a bunch of lies, in other words. They don't want you to think, oh my God, there's other beings on other planets coming here to talk to us. Look at the technology that we have. Where do you think all that technology comes from? These are a lot of questions that I have, and I think a lot of you have the same thing. And I'm talking about all over the world. You know. Now, might be psychotic, might be a little whacked out in the head sometimes to think outside the box like this. But I've been driving for a while, and I've been thinking, where do we all go from here? Think about that. Conspiracy theories, which I think they're all right. I think they're real. I really do. I think they just like, oh, quiet them up. They don't need to know that we have spaceships and people flying from planet to planet and all that shit. You know what I mean? So, but today here on the Big Bill Show, we're going to explore some of that shit. We're going to look at it in a different way. Why we haven't put it together. Okay? Why they don't want us to know. Okay? Why they don't need us around to do things, you know. In other words, like mushrooms in the dark, you know? Well, we don't want you to know that because of this or that or something else. I think there's a global conspiracy. I really do. To keep us all in the dark for so long, when every government out there has said that there's aliens, UFOs. Every country has a Yeti or a Bigfoot, or what else they call them, the grass man, or some other form of Bigfoot kind of thing. They make shows about it and all that crap. Now I've looked for it. I drive down the road and I look out wherever in the woods. Hopefully I get to see one someday. I don't think there's a shitload of them, but I think there's just, maybe, you know, if there's 2,000 of these big feet, okay, they're spread out all over the world. So that would be, our population is 7.5 billion people on this planet. You know, you're going to see a human being more than you would see one of them. But I think people are wrapped up in their little lives and they don't think about it, because there's so much crap that we gotta consume. Kind of like this video, you know, driving a truck, delivering freight, doing this, going here, doing that, gotta go get the kids from soccer practice and all this other crap that we don't even take time to look it up. Do you know that there is no scientific facts or scientific or no scientist actually looking this stuff up? There's no grants for it. There's no money for it. And everybody's like, well, I ain't gonna do it unless I get paid for it. I think that's what you need to do, is just go do it. And if we find one, capture this damn thing. Don't kill it, okay? Just capture it, you know? Put it in a cage, study it, find out about it, you know? Don't kill it, okay? That's not right. But, just capture it. Hell, we got tranquilizer guns, okay? Think about that. We got things that can, with a dart, we can shoot an elephant. Big, giant mother effing elephant. Big Asian type or African elephant. Big monsters. We don't kill them, we just shoot it with a dart. Knock it out, okay? We study it, take measurements of it, maybe put a collar on it, watch what it does, where it goes, what does it eat, how does it eat, can it talk, can it not talk, does it have, I don't know, does it have a penis or a cunt, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of the things, is it a male or a female? These are the things that, we got to figure out, And if it does, where does it live? It lives in the woods. I understand all that, but what kind of foods does it eat? Does it eat like grubs, or does it eat meat? Hand it a steak or something, see if it chews it. Maybe his name's Charlie. Do they talk? Do they have their own language like gorillas, or do they talk like we do? Aliens. Okay? We've all seen the spaceships running around, that kind of stuff. And, I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, if we see these lights in the sky, Navy personnel have seen them fight, they're jet fighters, and stuff like that. We can do all this stuff, and I think people can watch all this, But I don't think we really take the time to investigate it as much as we should. I don't believe it's a government I don't think the governments of this world have that technology. Okay, our airplanes ain't as fast as their spaceships. That kind of stuff. I mean, I've been watching paranormal bullshit, UFO, alien stuff, and we got footage beyond whatever. I mean, look it up on YouTube, and we can look up anything about Bigfoot or this or that or something else, but it's all conspiracy. Nobody will actually come out and say, yes, we have one. We've been in contact with these said beings for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You know, this is where we get a lot of our technology. You know, they help us, we help them, blah, blah, blah. Where these are the friends, these are the foes. You know, and, you know, think about it. You know, do they reproduce the same way we do? Or, you know, that kind of stuff. These are the things that I think need to be thrown out on the table all over the world. Governments need to just say, hey, look, yeah, we've been in contact with these said people, be done with it. Eventually it's all going to have to come out to that, because you and I, okay, as the people of the world, we are going to become those kind of people, okay, where we actually are interacting with other beings from other planets to move to the next level of society, okay, multi-planet, living on multiple different planets, that kind of stuff, different types of travel besides fossil fuels, you know, and stuff like that. I think eventually our generations, as they go on, we're all going to come in contact with these people eventually. We're going to have different societies of, you know, you can go to the Draco's system for vacation, you know what I mean? Kind of like Star Trek, Next Generation kind of things. Seeking out new worlds, stuff like that. New civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before. You know what I mean? I think that's where the next generation of human beings, our younger generation, is wanting to go. Needs to go. They don't want to do the same things that we do back here. Like farming, driving a truck. They want to push a button and watch things happen. They promoted that stuff for so many years, Star Trek, that we got a space army now, I guess, or, you know, or space exploration. We got rockets that can go out into space. I think that's what these people want. I really do. I think it's basically what we all need to know. Things. Don't worry about what the government's doing, because they're a thing of the past. We're all going to go down like the Federation, you know, where you got all the countries joining together as one, and with that type of resources, you don't really need the money, you just need the resources, the technology, you know, and we all come together as one world nation, okay, and be done with this, you know. I think it'd be a pretty wild sight to see. I know everybody's like, oh, it's a one world government kind of crap, blah, 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 blah. But don't we already have something like that already set up? Okay, if you really look at it, the United Nations. let's answer this question. Who is the president of the United Nations? That all our presidents in the world have to answer to. Yeah, nobody ever know that? I don't know it. I've been on this earth for almost 51 years. Still ain't got no information on that. Think about that. Yeah, that's way outside the box, isn't it? Yeah, that's Big Bill for you. That's Big Bill. I'm Big Bill. I think way outside the box. I put these videos out every once in a while on the Big Bill Show. I call it the Big Bill Show because I'm Big Bill. But I think it's something that needs to be talked about. It needs to go viral. That's why I'm sending this out on YouTube. And see where it goes. And see what kind of replies I get. How many people actually think the same way as I do all over the world, you know? Think about that. I mean, because they say they see stuff in China and Japan, they see stuff over in Africa and Russia and England and Europe and Italy and the United States of America and Canada and Mexico, you know. They see spaceships all over the place. Everybody's got a Bigfoot, you know. We got films of all that bullshit. I think this is where we need to go to investigate for the rest of the world. You know, I think that's what we need to do. I think the United Nations needs to just come clean and be done with it. Saying, hey, yeah, Bigfoot is a creature that came from a different planet, you know, kind of like Chewbacca from Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, you know, that kind of society, interplanet stuff. I think that's where the next generations of human beings are headed for. You know? I mean, I made a couple other videos that I do remember. I have to upload those. But it talks basically about the same thing. Is there life out there beyond us? You know, and that stuff kind of like that. But, I think these are pretty nifty little videos, you know. Keeps your mind thinking. Keeps me thinking. Keep looking out the window here, driving down the road, making sure that I might see a Bigfoot or an alien spaceship or something, you know. That would be pretty wild. Be pretty cool. But, like I said, I hope you enjoy your video. Yeah. But, here on planet Earth, okay, just like they talk about in the oceans of the world, I would say, like they do, 75% of the oceans have never been explored. It's kind of like space. You know, everybody's looking up. You need things to go into the ocean to see what's down there. But they'll fund that kind of stuff. But they won't fund, you know, looking up things that as a global society should be brought to bear. You know what I mean? I mean, we all know where milk comes from. It comes from cows. You know, and different things in our world. Where does this come from? What's that? What's this? What's that? Different types of beings, stuff like that from other worlds. We see pictures of them and videos, and tapes. Everybody's like, oh, that's conspiracy. That's all fake. I don't believe it. I believe it's all real. I really do. I just believe it's a cover-up. They don't want us to think that aliens, well, we call them aliens, okay? Because we don't have another name for them, okay? That or they'll call them the Greys because they're gray, you know, stupid shit like that. What I think they should do is, if we're human beings, what are they? Dinosaurs, you know? Don't call them aliens, call them what they are. Learn that, try to communicate with it. I believe that we have had signals from other and visits. I say every government in the world has some form of communication with these alien beings from different planets and different worlds. I mean, think about it. Look at Antarctica. There's a prime example. Nobody's allowed to go there. It's the only piece of dirt in the world that is not claimed by any nation. Okay? There's a big conspiracy about that bull crap. You know. I don't know. People always say, I think there's stuff down there that they don't want us to know. Ancient civilizations that if we found out as a world society, we would have to rewrite all the history books in the world. Okay? I think that's what they're afraid of. I think if they just came clean with all the information and let us, the people of the world, decide, you know, and say, hey, yeah, we've been talking to these guys. This is where the CD player came from. This is where the iPhone came from. Big, little, big, little, big, little, you know. That's all this stuff like that. You know, where the computer chip came from way back in the day, you know, years ago. That kind of stuff. I think if all that was brought to the surface with Bigfoot, aliens, I think all the people in the world would be okay with it because we dealt with it for so many years. I think our generations would sit there and say, you know, yeah, okay, we understand why you kept it from us, but let's not keep it away from us anymore. Let's move on to the next level. You know, I think society is ready for that. I really do. I think the world society is ready for the change to the next millennium. You know? But, you know, like I said, this is the Big Bill Show. I kind of basically talk about anything and everything. Okay? I think it's going to be a pretty cool way of doing things. You know? We talk about business sometimes. I'm not big on the political stuff, but I've talked about political. You know? Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Pelosi, you know, different stuff that I see on YouTube and in the news and that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinion, which that's what I like about my show. My show, everybody has an opinion. Everybody. You could be, oh, Bill, you're crazy, you lost your mind, or, hey, I agree with you on certain issues. I don't care. Everybody has an opinion, and every opinion should be heard. Okay? That's how open my mind is. Alright? And that's the way I think society should be. You know? Instead of fighting each other and hurting each other, we should be helping each other as a global nation. Okay? That means if you got no food in your country, well, then the rest of the world should have to, you know, hey, give them some food, you know. because we got too much food, you got no food, so how about we just give it to you? Be done with it. You know? And if we were under a one world government, you know, I think that would be an alright thing, because we could help each other. And we could look past all the little dumb things that, you know, dislikes and all that crap that we as a society, as a human society, fight over. You know, why do you need to fight over gasoline? That's stupid, okay? You don't need to fight over that stuff. And, you know, you get up, you go to work just like you regularly do right now. If you're going to buy stuff, make stuff, you know, ship stuff, you know, everybody's got a job. Your job could be fishing. Okay? Go out, catch some fish, fillet it up, you sell it to a restaurant, they come in, they cook it, they sell it, you know, just like we do now. But as one nation on the world, on this whole earth, you know, I think that would be pretty cool. I think as a world society, everyone's equal. And I mean completely equal across the board. We go into Africa and these poor countries and stuff like that don't have roads. We all go down there and just build a road. You know? So these people can have cars, transportation, better jobs, better class and better life altogether, you know. I think that'd be cool. And as a society, as a global society, you know, we'll be alright. We'd be a better global society than we would individual societies. Because I think under the right leadership of a global nation, I think we could, as a global nation, could and should take care of everybody, just not our own little country, you know. I mean, you wouldn't need war. There'd be peace on earth. I think that would be pretty cool. You wouldn't need tanks, you wouldn't need airplanes, you wouldn't need none of that stuff to hurt anybody. So why would you need to buy or build battleships and all that other crap? You wouldn't need none of it. You could turn it into big giant cruise ships, you know, cargo ships, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Well, like I said, this is almost a half-hour video, and I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, it's just a variety of things I've been thinking about all morning, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see Bigfoot. Maybe somebody will capture him and say, hey, this is the elusive Bigfoot. This is an alien ship. The governments will all come together as one, you know, for the better common good of all humanity. That'd be something that would be awesome. But, like I said, this is the Big Bill Show, and I'm Big Bill. And I'll make some more videos in the future, and we'll see how they take off with different subject matters and stuff like that. So, hope you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you next time. This is Big Bill saying, have a great day, and you enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.